Hey, welcome back again. So, if you remember in last video, we have learned about some basic statement, how to print hello world in Python and some variable concept. Okay, so we are going to learn some more coding about Python in this tutorial. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new file. Okay, so that we can write some new code here. Okay, so I'm going to give its name like user input. So we'll learn how we can deal with the user input. Okay, and just giving .py as an extension now. Okay, so this window has been, let me click here so that all other things can collapse and I can focus on my code. Okay. Okay, so in this statement, what I'm going to do is write code something like this: name equal to input, what is your name, and I'm going to print this name again. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm using this input function. So what this input function will do, at runtime it will accept user input. Okay, whatever user will provide the value, it will take and it will assign to the name variable. Okay, and in next statement I'm going to print the same thing. So what it is going to do is it will ask user what is your name, and the user will enter that value, and the same thing is going to print back. Okay, so let's see how it runs. Okay, so if I run this thing, okay, so before you running, make sure you have to do another thing, like as I told you earlier, it takes little time. So yeah, you need to select user input here and then run. Now it's asking, if you see here in console window, what is your name? So you just give your name. Say for example, your name is Peter. So you just give Peter here, enter, and then it is giving you back Peter. So what it is doing in the name variable, whatever you have inserted, that's going to get assigned, and then in print statement it's giving you back in the output terminal. Okay, so let's take another example. Okay, so in the next window, okay, so say for example my code is such a way, like something like this, equal to input, and it's going to ask again user, what is your favorite color, and you are going to write again. Okay, so let me run this code before I explain what exactly we have done here. Okay, so it's asking me the name, what is your name, I'm giving name like Peter, and then it's asking what is your favorite color. Say for example it's green. So what it's going to give you, Peter likes green. Okay, so in the first statement, what it's accepting name. Okay, it's asking to the user what is your name. User is taking it. User is inserting the name, and through the input function it is getting to assign to name variable. Then in the next statement it's asking color. Again user is inserting, in this case like green, and it's getting assigned to the color, and in the print statement it's getting printed. Okay, so what we have done here, if you see, there is a name variable and there is a color variable where we have given a string parameters, and in between we have taken likes. So this is like I have given it like a constant element where I have given space and then likes and again space, and if you see there is a concatenation operator here, plus. So plus, when there are two strings, so plus operator, what it will do, it will just concatenate the string, it will append the string one after another. Okay, so the output comes like this. So name, it's coming Peter, then it's coming space, then likes is coming here directly, and whatever is assigned into the color, same thing is coming here. So finally the output is coming as Peter likes green. Okay, so this is all about the user input. So we'll go to the next step now. Okay, so little bit more programming. So let's take another variable spent underscore money equal to input. So this is the input, and I'm assigning into the spent money, and my calculation into the for the balance is like this: balance equal to so what I'm going to do is, say for example, I'm asking a user how much money you spent today. Okay, so say for example he's giving 50 as value, so spent money will be like 50, and I'm subtracting from 1000. So say for example previous day balance was $1000, so it will be minus 50, so it should give me the 950. So it will print like you have $950 balance. Okay, so this is how my program supposed to work, but let's see whether it will really work in the way it's supposed to be. Let's see. So I run this program and it's asking me how much money you have spent today. Okay, so I'm just giving it, say for example 50, enter. Okay, now if you see, it has given me the error. So if you see here in this line, it's giving me the location of the file, where, in which file, and which line number, in which module it has error. Okay, if you see here, it has given me the exact line also where it has error, and in the third line it is giving me what type of error. Okay, if you see here, unsupported operand type for int and string. If you see here, it is telling the operand, okay, operand which is like minus is unsupported for integer and string in this line. So what is the issue here? If you see here, 1000 is like an integer value, it's like a whole number. Okay, if spent money, so spent money is basically whatever you user give as in console window, whatever input it gives, it consider it as a string value. Okay, so what is happening here, this value is integer and this value is string. So basically interpreter is not able to understand what programmer wanted to do here, because those are different type of values. Okay, so this is like a typecasting issue here. Okay, so the solution for this is basically I need to convert this thing into, so this string into the integer. So now once I will do this, use this function int of spent money, so what will happen here is this string value will get converted into the integer. Now balance equal to 1000 minus 50. Now it should work. If I run this program, let's see here. Okay, now it's asking how much money you spent. I'm giving like 50 again, and oh, okay, so again it's giving me issue. Let me see what is the issue here. Yeah, so if you see here again, it has been converted into integer, but what is happening here is I'm trying to print integer value. I'm trying to concatenate integer value with the string. So again it's giving me issue. So what you need to do is, if I will run here, now I'm giving 50 here, and if you see, you have $950 balance. So basically what you have seen here is, first I have converted this string into integer so that I can do the subtraction operation here and the balance can be assigned here. And then what I have done here is print statement. Again, I need to convert that integer value into a string so that I don't face typecasting issue. Let me take another example. Let me remove this thing so that I can another example. I'm taking weight underscore pound equal to input. So there is another facility here available when you are using any kind of IDE, is like it give you auto suggest of the thing so that you don't get prone to typecasting error. Okay, sorry, typo error actually. Okay, so again what I'm doing to do here is print what weight kg. Okay, so if you see here, what I'm going to do here is, let me run this code before I go, and say for example it's 150 my weight in pound, and it calculated my weight and it's like now 67.5. So in the first statement what I'm going to do is basically asking user what is your weight, and in pound basically I'm expecting he will enter into pound, and once he enters the weight, in the next statement what I'm doing is basically doing some calculation, multiplying it with 0.45 and converting into the kilogram, and then printing into the third statement. So this is the basic example in Python how to write the code for calculating the things, etc. Okay, so there is another thing which can be done here. If you want to know the type of particular variable, okay, so what type of variable it is, and you are not aware, so what you can write code here is something like this. Let me type this code. Okay, so for example, now here print type of weight pound. Okay, and another thing I'm doing here is, let me run this thing and we'll understand what is happening here. Okay, now again it's asking, let's see here, 155 for example. Now if you see here, it has given me 69.75 as the answer, like weight in kg. But if you see, next statement is class string, class float. It has given me the output. Okay, so what does that mean? If you see here, weight pound. So weight pound, what is that? It is like a string value, because the user whatever has given it, by default it takes it into string. Okay, so weight pound is just like a string variable. Okay, but if you see here, weight kg has been converted into integer initially, that weight pound has been converted into integer. When it has been multiplied with 0.45, it has become some kind of float value, decimal value. So whenever there is a decimal value, it is basically nothing but float. Okay, so it has given me the type of variable, so float. So you need to consider the this typecasting thing whenever you are doing the coding. Okay, if you see the real world, actually this typecasting issue is there, okay, everywhere. Okay, so we generally, when we see particular person, okay, particular caste, religion, etc., okay, geography, so we generally, try to manipulate or try to think about the behavior of that person. We generally typecast in real world also. Okay, if that person belongs to that particular region, that means he is having that kind of a characteristic. Okay, but that is not necessary. Okay, it could be different thing also. Okay, so that is whenever you think about typecasting, you can relate it to the real world also. Real world also we are having some typecasting issues. Okay, we generally categorize people into the same category, that is the human tendency and human psychology. Okay, so this is all about for this video, where we have learned about the variable input thing and the typecasting issue, etc. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Okay, till then do some exercise on these variable, printing the statement, taking user input, typecasting, manipulating the string, character, etc. Okay, so till then keep learning. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.